Hey, we are continuing working on Google Analytics dashboard. We are creating this from scratch from default J4 account. And this is 6th video about this topic. And we already created a theme and layout. We talked about header and setup it, did scorecards, time series charts. And what is the logic of the dashboard? When we see, first of all, we show data in one place, so scorecard. Then we show data over time. And the next step, we go from the snapshot to details. So the most detailed element that we can use, this is a table. And this is what we create on this video. Hey, my name is Gala. I'm a marketing analyst in Gala Report. This is my project where you can find a blog about marketing analytics, Google Sheets, Looker Studio, and so on. Then I have a lot of templates and template stores, some of them paid, some of them free, like Facebook ads dashboard. So please subscribe here and enjoy this resource. You can find a lot of interesting information. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And still we are talking here. Don't forget to like this video. This is really important for YouTube and allows this video to be shown for more people. So I have two tabs. I have one tab with a template that I already created, and we replicate this dashboard step by step. So we have KPIs by channel, and this is a table. Let's talk about this. We click to edit. We go to add chart, and we have table. This is the first element that we have here, and we have same as with time series chart. We can select one of this, but we can change it here or then in table styles. Doesn't matter. So in which step you change it. So let's do simple table. Let's place it here. Let's me give a name for this table and align it to the center. Some moments I will talk faster and don't put a lot of attention there because we talked about this on the previous steps. So if you don't know, you can check previous videos and it will help you. So this will be the last element on this page. It will be a big one, more beautiful than it is right now, but something like that. First of all, I can read nothing, so let's make it readable, right? On the style tab where we added the title, conditional formatting, super nice feature, but it's too early for us. We are talking now about header, and this is section that we need to play around first of all. Header background transparent. How did I do it here? Yeah, transparent. What do I do with headers normally? I can do transparent and makes a table lighter and easier, so you don't put so much colors elements on the dashboard. Or I can use something like gray color in this case. Not really good. Or I can use a green one because my dashboard is black and green mostly. So I can use with this style I can use green or transparent. For example, I want to use transparent here. Then cell border color. I will put something weird to you see. Where is it? You cannot see it. So this is this element. Okay, let's make it transparent. You can see purple here. So this is it. Okay, styles. We use, do I do it transparent? Yeah, I do it transparent here. Border color depends. Sometimes it's the same like grid lines here for charts. Sometimes I like to make it like light or just transparent. In this case, I can do transparent. And then we have odd and even rows colors. Sometimes it's really nice to use, but we will use other like heat map here on this table. So we don't need to use odd and even rows, but it could be something like this, for example. So it should be like similar colors, but different, and it makes table readable. but let's make it usable, transparent. Then we have row numbers. Do I need it? Yeah, we can keep row numbers. After height, we can use it, and we can use wrap text, or maybe not. I don't have like real recommendation here. Is the most important. It's your data should be readable. This is the most important part here. So wrap text, or do not do it. After height, or do not do it. Depends on your data. See how it's easier to read your data. Horizontal scrolling. This I don't like, to be honest, because it's really difficult to read the table with horizontal scrolling. If you have so many metrics, so much data that you want to show, I recommend you to split it into 2 tables and create 2 simple tables. It will be easier to read than one really huge table with horizontal scrolling. But in some cases you cannot avoid it, so okay, you can use. Freeze all columns to row number 1. If we don't freeze, we have same. Don't know, to date. Okay, don't do it. Tooltip position. We don't have tooltips actually here right now. So we don't have it. So that is why it doesn't make sense for us right now. But if you have it, yeah, you can use. Normally we don't have missing data. So what should we do if we don't have data? Same, we talked on scorecards. I like to show like this, or 0, but I think this is nice, easier to read. When it's null, it's more obvious, but it's a bit dirty. It looks dirty when you have a lot of null data. Footer. We can do compact pagination or normal one. It's a really small difference. A footer border color, let's change it, I don't know, for some random color that you see it. So this is how we divide our footer. Normally I don't do much here, to be honest. We can use something really light, almost invisible or transparent. Then what else do we have? We can dimension alignment. Same for each metric, but let's talk about later about this. Let's come back on the top. We can display data vertical or horizontal. So in this case, horizontal scroll, but anyway, I don't like it. I recommend you try to avoid it. In this case, we don't need this horizontal layout, but sometimes it's nice to have. So transpose the table. Header we show, we can hide it, but mostly I show it. Then, yeah, I think we absorb everything apart of exact metrics here. So let's go to step. Let's set up our table. Set up table by date. Sometimes it makes sense, but we have time series chart. We have some picture here. How do I do it? I use user channel group. I organized it by user channel group. So I click here and click user. Okay. Channel, default channel group, first user default channel group. We can keep this, for example. And which metric do I use? More often I use same metrics that I use in scorecard. And more probably I will use more metrics in table than in scorecard. Let's check what I have. Active, new, event count, engagement rate. Yeah, in this case I use the same as I used in scorecards. But table allows you to add more metrics and more details that you used in scorecards. So active users, new users. what do we have there? So we can add several dimensions. We can drill down. Drill down will work the same as we had here for time series chart. Same thing. Okay, let me remove you. We can do drill down, add more. No, okay, that makes sense. And new users. Same, we have optional metrics and metric sliders that we talked in time series chart. Same logic. Actually, here slider could be even nicer, I guess, because we can play around with several metrics and find some rows with some specific combination of data. We can keep it. No, I don't want to keep it. Why I have horizontal scroll? Let's update the page. So, what do we have here? Oh, sorry. Do I have horizontal scroll? What is happening here? This is super weird. I don't need it. Let's try to style horizontal scroll where it was. Horizontal scroll. Let's remove it. Yeah, this is much better. Set up new users, active users, average session duration. We add here. So average session duration, add here. Conversions, total purchase, total revenue, and for example, let's add average revenue per user. For example, we can see effectivity for each day. This is how a tables look like. I don't like some moments here, and I really recommend you to clean it all the time when you do it. First of all, we have 3 dots here, so we cannot read number, and we cannot read title. So, and this table is flat. We don't know which day is better, which channel, is better, because every number is like, we don't have, it's difficult to read this table because we don't have any color schema here. So first of all, I click right mouse button and I do resize column. We have 2 options, eventually and fit to data. Fit to data first of all. It's much better, right? Because we have already almost every column is readable right now, but still it's not perfect. For example, I can make this shorter. Average session duration. It's a bit shorter already, and I can resize column again. Now it seems fine, but if the screen will be a bit smaller, again we cannot read it. That is why in a header, where is my header? Footer. Wait. Show title, table style, show header. In this, I want to show wrap text. In this case, when we make this column a bit smaller, and now we can use where it was after height. In this case, we see that if something will not fit, we can for example, let's make the same columns. And you see it will be easier to read, and if the screen is smaller, it's still you can read it. So I prefer to stop this. But for text body, I don't like to use wrap text because some cells could be really huge. So normally this is what I do. I do wrap text for header, don't wrap text for body, table body. Then interesting moment that I align everything by center. So I want to do the same with this table. In this case, for that, I will go for each column and I will go dimensions, let's keep automatically. for matrix, let's do this heat map and align center. You see, this is difficult to read. That I try to avoid. If I select dark color, it's difficult to read. If you select to right, no. If I select something gray, it doesn't work. How does it work here? Style, font color. Which color do I use here? Dark green. Dark green, okay. I use dark green color. And table footer, no. Table labels, white. Blue. White. Unfortunately, it's difficult to read. This is almost impossible to read. Let's see if we do what we can do in this case. In this case, compact numbers, it doesn't work for us. And why it works here? It's total transparent. Okay, let me check it one thing. If we have this opportunity on table. Table labels, table colors. Okay. Low. Yeah, it's here. It's heat map text contrast. None. Yeah. So you can play around with heat map text contrast, and in some point you can read it. So play around with this to make it readable. So don't forget that our main rule to make everything readable and easy to understand. So we do the same with all our metrics. What is interesting here, so usually people like to make it different colors, and it's, from my point of view, it's a bit difficult to read later this table. So what do I recommend you? For example, we have in our dashboard green and black and sometimes purple. So I do everywhere, I do heat map. So sometimes I do heat map only for one column, and sometimes, like here, I like to do, for example, for us it's super important the conversion. So I do all fields. Did I do it here? Yeah, almost. So I do conversions, for example. It's super important for me here. So I do conversions purple. And other fields, I do the same green. Same green, center, same green, center, heat map. And maybe in this case, I would show average revenue per user, dark. So we can see now with these colors, we can show less, right? We can make our table smaller. So we can show, you can, with a heat map, you can see which channels are more effective here by active users, new users, so on. And when we have one or two columns with different color, we can see, okay, the accent is here. So this is the most important metrics, and that is why I recommend you to pull attention here. And what can we say? For example, so average revenue ARPU for it's the best ARPU for cross network and email, but in fact we have much less number of conversions here. So if we say, okay, this is the most effective channel, let's work on it, we can not do it really, because we have like really low number of purchases compared to like direct traffic source. Yeah, and actually that we have so like huge direct traffic source, it's tell us that, and okay, this is demo account from Google Analytics. Anyway, if you have this picture on your site, you can say, okay, something wrong with the tracking, because like we cannot have the biggest traffic source, and it's bigger than any other traffic, so it's not good, and you should work with Google Tag Manager and find where is the issue with your tracking. Yeah, this is about table. Let me see if I missed something with settings. Let's check. So we prepared our table. It works and it's fine. What is missing here? I can add dimensions here. I can add second dimension. For example, we can first user source and first user medium. And now we have all three fields together, and we have like much more rows, but we can do drill down, and in this case go to view mode, and we can go from channel to source and to medium. And I think I like this version that I like to do. Let's do, what did I want to do here? I wanted to do like metric slider and make it here style, always show on hover. And in this case, we talked about this on the previous video, so I don't explain much here. But for table, it could be funny because we can find rows with a special number of conversions and so on. What is interesting with tables that we can play around also with settings. We did drill down, metric slider we added. We can use a filter here, date the range. Also, we can limit number of pages here. Oh, we can show top 5 rows, for example, and we see only top 5. Okay, sorry. 20, for example, and pagination. So we can remove or add pagination, and we can limit number of rows per page. I don't want to limit, but sometimes you want to show like top 5 Google Ads queries, and here how you can control it. Then you can use different sort. You can use first and secondary sort. We sort by active users. For example, I want to sort by conversions. And that's it. For example, it's fine, but you can use a secondary sort as well. We have cross-filtering. In this page, I like to edit. For example, if we can see click to some, okay, let me show. If I use click filtering, cross-filtering, for example, in total in September, we have this number of users, but I want to see users only from email. I click to email. And I turn on cross-filtering. And what is going on here? Email. Yeah, I select email, and all charts on this dashboard show only email traffic. So we have all metrics for email traffic. So instead of filter, we can use filters for that, or we can use this cross-filtering to select some specific traffic sources. I really love it. I think it's super useful. That is about filtering, cross-filtering, and another one funny thing here about tables. We can show, where is comparison? Comparison data range. So we have September here, and we can add comparison with the previous period or previous year. For example, previous period for September will be August, and you will have comparison with the previous period. And when we have comparison, we can change, where is it? We can show or remove compare for specific columns. I think that's fine. For example, I want to have comparison only for the last metric, because when it's too many, it's difficult to read. But I want to keep it only, for example, for average revenue per user. I want to show an absolute change and with one symbol after a dollar. Okay, or maybe I want to show it in percentage. Decimal precision on. Show compare. Again, something weird here. That's it what I want to show you. So we can do this. Let me resize column eventually. We can do something like that. Then what else? I think that is it what I wanted to show you about tables. And we can compare, we can compare with some specific period, with some fixed period if you want. But normally we compare with the previous year or previous period. That is it about tables. I think we can do another video about, said nothing about conditional formatting. I think it could be a separate video because it's an interesting topic, or maybe I will not do it, I don't know, write me in a comment if you want conditional formatting. I can show you how to use it, it's fun. And there are some specific about that, but it's a nice feature that I use a lot in my work. I hope you like this video, really. I appreciate your comments, likes, shares, and so on. I hope it's useful because I'm share how I create dashboard by myself, and I think it's really helpful if you're just starting to work with BI. So please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, it's super important that you give like to this video, because like this YouTube can see that it's nice content and will offer it for other people. Hope you like it. If you have questions, let me know, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.